Says I'm live. Yeah, I'm not a live streamer. I'm not that type of guy. You know, I'm not a podcaster. I make a bunch of videos. A lot of them are just me ranting. But I don't know what to say about this. I'm a veteran, okay? I served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps under over two enlistments. I'll tell the whole story, okay? My first enlistment, I went in 0341. Then I got transferred to the mainland after I left Okinawa for a year. I didn't want to stay. Okay, I wanted to come home for the last part of my enlistment. So they sent me down to Paris Island as a rifle range instructor. I believe it's 8530. Yeah, it's 8531. Then I got out for 3 years. I mean, the economy sucked back then, like in the early 80s, man. I had a job for a while and I lost the job and I just couldn't find another job. So I had to re-enlist. I came back into the air wing. I spent a few months in Fort Lee, Virginia, learning fuel tank farm operations and aircraft refueling, which I believe is 1391. I went to the First Mall out here in El Toro in 1985. The Marine Corps had changed since I was in the infantry in 78 to 81. Okay, there's a lot of camaraderie, you know. If someone did something wrong and it wasn't really like hurting somebody or, we got some booze in the barrel, nobody said anything. Matter of fact, most of the time they just walk in, see us having a couple of beers, and leave unless we got out of hand. Same thing happened to me when I was in El Toro. Okay, I lost my ID. I couldn't get off base until I got a new ID, so I was stuck inside. So we played Dungeons and Dragons in my room. Okay, and we had a quart of vodka in there, and we were drinking what do you call it? Vodka and orange juice. Okay, we weren't loud or nothing. We weren't loud at all. We get a little loud. I mean, playing stuff like that. And we hear a knock on the door, and there's another retread. He was in my unit in Okinawa. Okay, he's a retread like me. He come knocking on the door. They see the booze in there, and he's a corporal. And you got a PFC, a lance, two PFCs, a lance corporal, it was two lance corporals and a sergeant. We're all playing D&D. Okay, he saw the booze and he went and got the duty staff NCO. Well, the duty staff NCO is our staff NCO for TAPTIS, tactical air fuel dispensing systems. That was my unit. The staff walked in, closed the door right in the guy's face. He walked in, closed the door. He looked at us. He said, "Give me a shot." Took a shot. Said, "Put this shit away. Hide it." Okay. And then he walked out. He walked out and kind of like gave the lance corporal a tiny ass chewing. Say, "What are you doing, man?" And we heard him. "What are you doing, man? You're all in the same unit." you know, these guys ain't doing nothing wrong. Yeah, we're not supposed to have booze in the barracks, but we aren't doing anything wrong technically. Besides that, so this idiot went across the way, and he goes to the aircraft mechanics. Now the DOD, the OD over there was a freaking pilot. He brought the OD from another unit over to our BEQ and busted us all. I was the only one that didn't lose rank because I was going up for meritorious promotion. And the master guns looked at me and went, he said, "You didn't even have to take a test or nothing. We're just going to give it to you because you got so much time in service. You got a freaking hash mark, crying out loud." And that's when I became a shitbird, man. I said, "Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit." I went AWOL. I called my house. My dad said, "Hey, man, I wasn't a deserter yet. It was like 28 days or 20, 25 days, 22 days. He said, hey, get back to your base. I called in. My dad was a Chicago cop. He called in a freaking senatorial favor, a state senator that owed him a favor, and got me a general and an honorable. So I have no black marks on my record as far as I didn't get a D, I didn't get a bad chicken dinner, and I didn't get a DD. I can still use my VA benefits. But that was my second enlistment. I didn't have to stay in. I could have petitioned to be let out, and they had to let me out because I wasn't obligated. I did my 6 years, 3 inactive and 3 reserve that we were supposed to do back in the 80s. I did my 6 years. I had 7 years. I had 7 years time in service, and I had a fucking hash mark as a lance corporal. They were going to give me corporal, and they were probably going to give me fucking sergeant too, because I was that good at my job. I was teaching the gunnies how to do the job. I was that good. I graduated third in my class in bulk fuel farm school in Fort Lee, Virginia. I graduated third out of 80 people. Small class, but I still graduated third. I missed the promotion by one. If I was in the top 2, I'd have been a corporal walking out of there. They had to give me. I walked in as a PFC. They had to give me lance corporal at that place because I had time in service. Okay, I had time in service. So they gave me the last corporal. I had a hash mark, and by the time I got to El Toro, they were probably gonna boost me up to sergeant. I would have been an NCO if I'd have stayed in. And I was good at my job. I loved doing that job. I loved refilling aircrafts. I love having that little power over all these fucking officers when they come on my flight line. You come on my flight line, I have the power because I don't want to blow anything up, you know. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, it's just like I said in the description for this. You know, if you see me live, or you probably won't see me live, but in the description I said, look, when we signed the contract with the U.S. government, the enlistment contract, we signed with our lives as collateral. Our lives were collateral for that contract. My blood was collateral for that contract. And there's a lot of our brothers and sisters out there that paid that ultimate price. So why in God's creation are we allowing these assholes in Washington to strip our benefits from us? Why? Why are we co-paying for benefits that we signed a contract with the government that's supposed to be fucking free? It's supposed to be free. It's supposed to be free. Why? Why are we allowed? Because we're sitting back and we're saying, oh, it's the government. We're being complacent, dude. And especially the Army and the Marine Corps, man. We might butt heads and we might make fun of each other, but we got a lot of respect for each other. We're the ground troops, dude. We're the ones that pay the ultimate price. I'm not saying pilots and all that, they don't pay the price, right? But I guarantee you, probably more combat troops lost their lives than people on the Navy ships and stuff, and airplane pilots. Guaranteed. Break it down. Unless you got a major air combat or a major sea battle, the ground troops are the ones that pay the heaviest price. Because everything else is there to support us. And you can't deny it, man. Yeah, you got naval battles and air battles, but those are supporting the ground troops because the ground troops are what's taking the property, man. We should be up in arms. All of us, all of the Army and all of the Army and the Marines, man. All those veterans that are combat trained troops. We should be sitting up there in the VA hospital and demanding our contracts be fulfilled. That they hold up there in their fucking bargain and quit changing the bargain when you enlist. We should be under the World War II VA contracts. Tell me I'm wrong. Seriously, tell me I'm wrong. Everybody that came back from Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, you guys should have gotten a fucking house. Vietnam, you guys should have gotten a house. Korea, you guys should have gotten a fucking house. They gave it to World War II vets. Well, you didn't win the war. No, 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 no. Doesn't matter whether we won the war or not, man. We went and fulfilled our duty. You know, none of these idiots in Washington. If push came to shove and this country got attacked, I guarantee you half of the force would turn on the people of Washington. I'm not saying it should be done. I'm not advocating violence. I never advocate violence. Okay? I advocate aggressive self-defense. You know, if someone attacks me, I'm going to take something from them. If you didn't know, he'd been in a fight with me. We have the most powerful military in the world, and nobody can doubt that, even though it's being lamed up. I guarantee you, you get rid of those TV generals and you let the real people. I mean, it's a tiny percentage that's screwing up the military, and they're all at the top. You get rid of them idiots at the top. The VA, I guarantee you that the people at the top of the VA system, I guarantee you there's very few veterans there. And there's very few enlisted veterans there. They put the zeros up there. My suggestion is that we get together and we start having sit-ins. Start having sit-ins, man. We know how to organize. We know how to organize better than some of these idiots out in the civilian world. You know, we also know how to keep shit on the hush hush. You know, I'm putting this on social media. Everybody's going to see this. Not everybody, but I'm going to post it as many places as I can. I mean, I'm ready to fucking cry. Literally, dude. Literally, man. I can't get to the VA hospital because I'm in a freaking wheelchair. I'm an amputee. I'm an amputee. I'm an amputee. Doesn't matter why I'm an amputee. I'm an amputee. I'm a disabled veteran, man. Okay? I didn't go to combat. I went to the streets for combat. I was a homeless veteran for 11 and a half years. Didn't get no help from the VA at all. At fucking all. None. They want to put you in their little program. Now, I went into the VA coming out of downtown LA because I was doped up down there. I was fucking up. I went into the VA. I went into the program there. I didn't go to the 12 step. I went to the homeless program. I just kicked it straight. Then I went to meetings as I got sober, as I got off of, as I detoxed. You know what they sent me? They sent me straight to a fucking shelter. They didn't help me find an apartment. This is back in '95. So in other words, the VA let me be homeless after putting me in a homeless program. I hadn't looked for an apartment in over 10 years. I didn't know the area. I just won a $4,000 lawsuit against Douglas Aircraft. I have 4 grand sitting in the bank. I could have walked in and had an apartment if they'd have shown me where things were vacant. They give me a list and say, here, go find it. Meanwhile, the counselor's sitting on his fat ass and collecting a paycheck. That's what's going on over there. I'm not saying all the VA workers are bad people. You get some lazy fucks up in there. You get some complacent motherfuckers up in there. But you have very good people up in there. And that's the majority of them. Everybody I've talked to on the phone, they know what I'm talking about. They can't say nothing because they'll lose their jobs. And in this economy, you don't want to lose a job like the VA hospital, man. That's full benefits over there and a good paycheck. So now I'm trying to get my name, I'm trying to get my phone number out to as many veterans as I can. Okay, I can do it online. I'm not dumb. I have channels to do this stuff. I'm not going to say who because I promised the person I wouldn't say nothing about it, how it's getting done, if it gets done. But I'm willing to organize right here in West LA, man. We'll go sit right on the Brentwood side of the VA hospital, which is our property. It was donated with specific instructions that is only to be used for veterans. And they're parceling it off. They rent the Wadsworth theaters. They're paying rent. The Wadsworth theaters paying rent on our property. The Shishi Theater for LA. Meanwhile, they're kicking all the homeless vets off that property. They're camped there. I mean, right there, you got people right there that are camping on your property that you can help, and you're kicking them off the property that is donated to us over 100 years ago with specific instructions that is our property. Period. You got the administrators in the VA; they're greedy fucks. They are greedy. They want to keep their paychecks. I wish this would get to some of them, man. I tell them straight to your face. You work for me, idiot. You work for me, motherfucker. If I wasn't here, you wouldn't have a job. Period. End of story. Enough fucking said. That's what I say to them, man. I don't care. I'm through. I'm through being nice to these people because that's how they get you, man. You be nice to them, and then they gaslight you and calm you down, and then they throw their stupid skewed logic at your ass. No, it's time to stay pissed off. It's time to tell these people off because they are insulting every single one of us and laughing behind our backs while they collect a fucking paycheck at the top. Meanwhile, you got veterans like me who are out here dying on the streets, dying. They want us dead, man. Who the hell do you think starts the militias, man? Yeah, you got some civilian guys out there to do, but I guarantee you the majority of the militias out there are started by veterans, man. Look at your police force. How many veterans are on the police department? Okay. From what I understand, there's like 17 million plus of us out there, man. And with the last few years being all combat, man, I guarantee you the majority of those 17 million, a lot of them are combat vets. They've seen some action. The only action I see was keeping my ass alive on the street and beating up pedos and shit out there. That's the only action I saw. Why are we allowing this to happen? Huh? Why? 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 I mean, why? I mean, we should all be asking ourselves why are we allowing the government to insult us like this, man? It's an insult, man. It's an insult. I mean, there's some good statesmen up there, man. There's a few of them in Congress right now. I can't go to mine because my I think mine is Adam Schiff, okay, or one of these, or Ted. No, mine is Ted Lieu, that fucking idiot. And these people, they sit there and they throw this decorum in your face, But I guarantee you, behind closed doors, they'll be the first one to cuss your ass out. Guaranteed. They just they just playing for the cameras. Trump's the only one that I've ever seen curse on the campaign trail, man. And I'm 65 years old. That's refreshing to see someone actually get up there and not be a fucking TV fucking personality going into office. Getting back to my point, why are we allowing this, man? Why aren't we sitting on those? And I'm talking to all the veterans, even if you got private security or private insurance. You shouldn't have to pay for private insurance, man. And if you're making money using the VA, why are you co-paying anything? Why, man? We're not fucking welfare recipients. This is a contract, man. This is a contract that our lives were collateral for. Our bodies, our minds, our souls, the blood that pumps through our fucking veins, man. That was our collateral for these contracts, man, for the enlistment contract. You know, we always talk about getting bent over with the green weenie. This ain't no green weenie, man. They're actually insulting us, man. I can take the green weenie, man. I can't take this, man. It's a blatant fucking slap in the face. And then you got the ones of us that gave the ultimate sacrifice, man. We should be fucking sitting up there and doing it for them, man. They should be part of our motivation to go up against the VA right now. What are they going to do? 17 million of us out there, and all of us start a class action lawsuit against the VA system. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? We start a class action. We start class actions at all these VA hospitals, man. And I don't care if you get good service or bad service, man. Because if you're getting good service and you're ignoring the people that are getting bad service, you're fucked up. You are fucked up. Seriously. You're a guy I'd leave behind in combat, man. Because that's what you're doing to your fellow vets when you're taking a little gold ring that they give you to ignore the guys behind you. All this gold and all this categorization of veteran. No, man, we all put our blood into our service. We all put our sweat into it. We all put our fucking tears into it. Some of us didn't come back with any legs. Some of us didn't come back at all. And you're going to sit there and take a little gold ring, and stay quiet about the other veterans losing their benefits? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Seriously. You got to be taken to the North 40 for a couple of minutes. And I guarantee you, every veteran knows what the fuck the North 40 is, man. That's what happened to that little retread that got us in trouble. We took his ass to the North 40 with the master guns. Condolences. And back up. He didn't say a damn thing when we beat the fuck out of this guy one-on-one. All five of us took our turns beating the living crap out of this guy. He went and tried to report it. The Master Guns laughed at him, man. He tried to report it above the Master Guns. The Master Guns is talking to the colonel and shit, and the general. And the general laughed at him too. So, man, what are you doing? These people here, these are your comrades, man, and you're gonna bust them because you're jealous of the fucker that's ahead of you. That's what it was. I was getting all the attention because I was good at my job. This guy was a fucking rugrat. He was a retread. He's a rock. I ain't lying about that. I'm serious. I don't really embellish much shit that happens in my life. I don't embellish much. Why should I? Because you will always find out the truth anyways. You would always find out the truth anyways. So why embellish? That's what these guys that are in this gold, they get their little gold standing and all this stuff. Yeah, I'm a gold guy. I'm a silver guy. I'm a da 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 da. You know, you're a fucking idiot. You're playing right into their hands, and you're ignoring the guys behind you that might really need some help, like me. I wasn't in combat. but I'm missing a fucking leg and I'm having fucking heart attacks. Huh. I got fucking PTSD from living on the fucking streets for 11 and a half years and losing my leg. My dad's VA contract, they rebuilt his fucking nose with plastic surgery under his contract because he needed it rebuilt. It was something that he needed done for his, so he could breathe. They replaced his fucking teeth that he got knocked out when he was a cop. I mean, they were chipped and stuff. He went to the VA, they fixed them every time, not just one time, every time. That's why when he took me into the VA to get the chip in my teeth fixed, he was surprised, man. This, he said, they told him this is a one-time thing. He looked at him and said, "What?" And my dad, right there, he knew. They stripped me of my fucking benefits in 3 years. In 3 years, they made that little fine print in the contract I signed in 1978. Okay, 1978, a little print at the bottom. This says the VA is responsible for your medical, dental, and mental health for the rest of your life. My dad pointed it out to me. Then 3 years later, it's gone. I don't get no more dental like after one time. Last time I went to a dentist in there, they had the fucking resident, and I got an implant, and they're not taking responsibility for the implant. They put it in. How does that work? They'd rather me go to UCLA and use my Medi-Cal and Medi, and the UCLA is the reason I lost my fucking leg. They fucked up. They fucked up an angioplasty, man. They fucked up an angioplasty and compartmentalized my cap, and then I lost my leg. That's what UCLA did. I was trying to get a lawyer. No lawyer would even touch the case. Nobody ever wants to go up against these fucking people when they're doing malpractice. And I guarantee you there's more malpractice going on in the VA than anywhere else. When you go into the VA, 90% of these VAs are fucking tethered to a college. They're tethered to a college. That's where they get all their residents, all their interns. So in other words, we're class for college students. We're just class experiments for college students. Meanwhile, the assholes at the top of the heap, I guarantee you, they got full, beautiful insurance. They got beautiful. They can go anywhere and they can get anything done, and the government pays for it. That's at the top of the VA heap. As you come down, they strip you of that shit and they give you the VA benefits. I know because my ex mother-in-law used to work for the VA. My two brother-in-laws used to work for the VA. Yeah, they get good benefits, but they give you the VA hospital as your benefit, man. Meanwhile, these guys at the top, they can go to any hospital in the world and use the VA benefits that they got to go to another hospital. That's what Trump did when he came in. He gave us that card. He made the VA hospital insurance instead of he made the VA hospital like Medi-Cal. So I could take my VA card and go anywhere and get my teeth fixed. Well, why can't I do it over in the VA when you got you? We should have the best doctors in the world over there, man. The VA should be hiring the best doctors in the world. There should be some world-renowned doctors in fucking VA hospital, man. And I ain't even saying that. Well, I ain't even saying that with a chuckle, man. I'm saying that is a bull-faced truth. Let's say not the world. Let's say the United States. We should have the best health care in the United States. Because without us, the United States wouldn't be here. We'd be speaking Japanese on the West Coast and German on the East Coast, and they ain't no lie. The only reason we lost Korea and Vietnam is because those are political wars. That was the building up of the military industrial complex, and I feel sorry for the guys in both of those wars because you aren't supposed to be there, man. Korea's not our problem. Vietnam wasn't our problem. Don't. I don't want to hear about spread of communism. Ain't nobody gonna spread communism from Vietnam to the United States or Korea from to the United States. It was a smokescreen. And all you guys that went over there, I feel bad, man, because you guys got fucked up for no reason, man. You weren't even allowed to win in either one of those wars. And I say allowed to win. You were just there to soak up military industrial complex funds. You were collateral. You were the collateral for those funds. And I'm saying you guys aren't patriotic or anything, or you didn't believe in what you fought in. No, I believe you did, man. I was trained by Vietnam veterans, man. I went in the Marine Corps in 1978. Who the fuck do you think was training me, man? It wasn't a Korea. Well, I had some Korea vets. I even had some World War II vets training me. Higher up. I was trained by Vietnam and Korea vets, man, in the FMF. And believe me, I got my ass whooped in the field. I said in my last video, I got my ass whooped in the field all the time because I was a spaz. When I got out and came back to the United States and went to Parris Island, I calmed down a little bit. By that time, I'd already calmed down a little bit. And I became good at my job. I graduated in the top of the classes everywhere I went, man. Mortar school, rifle range instructor. I graduated in the top of my class, at least in the top 5. Anyway, getting back on track. Why are we allowing this to happen? Why? Why? You know, why? Seriously, why? No, why? Why over the last? I've been in the VA system since 1981. Why since 1981 until now have I lost 90% of my fucking benefits? I'm not lying about that, man. Once they started structuring this shit with the gold and all this stuff, that's why we're spending all this time. I mean, even if you're at the top of the heap, you're spending 3 months to get a freaking appointment. Why? Oh, we're understaffed. No, it's because you assholes at the top are sucking up all the money to the top. You're like a vacuum up there. All the money gets allotted to the VA, I guarantee you. A lot of it gets sucked up at the top, and they leave us down here with shit. With shit as far as staffing goes, the amount of people. And we sit there and we look at it and I can't change. No, you can't change it. We can change it. All we need to do is come together as a group outside of all these organizations that the VA sucked up, that started as grassroots, that the VA sucked up into their system. Like the Disabled American Vets, you got all these places that are sucked up into the VA system. We need a grassroots outside third party VA grassroots organization made up of veterans and their families. Why aren't we doing anything? I'm not asleep. I've never been asleep. I'm awake. I'm as awake as I've ever been right now. I'm a conspiracy nut, man. You know, all the conspiracies I think that were conspiracy theories back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s and 2000s, I've seen them all come true right in front of my face. Petalwood, the massive corruption in Washington. Wait till you see what else comes out. UFOs, extraterrestrial. They've already told you, yeah, they exist. We got proof. Now, I'm not talking about that stupid ass mummy crap that they showed, that fake ass shit that they showed on TV as two extraterrestrials that are supposedly mummified. No, they got bones and everything else. Believe me, and these aren't extraterrestrials; they're interdimensional beings. That's another story over here. That's another topic. Anyway, I'm saying this because I'm fucking frustrated, man. I'm really pissed off. Like I said, I probably drop this and go for a good cry over here in my bed and let my cat comfort me. And my girlfriend, I can't bring her over here from the Philippines right now because COVID fucked me up on that shit. That's another thing too. The benefits, dude. Everybody who's been through any kind of boot camp is gonna have fucking problems with their body, man. Especially if you went in the Marines or the Army, and you went to in the Army. You go to your body's fucked up, man. Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard and Space Force are a little bit safer than the ground troop guys. The Marines and the Army, our bodies get all fucked up in training, man. I had a cervical laminectomy, man. I was in perfect health when I went in the Marines in 1978. I was a fucking athlete, man. I was a school wrestler. I was in perfect health, man. I smoked a little bit, but I could run to 3, 4 miles. I had no problem. We used to run the fucking stairs and we used to run in the water on the beach for wrestling, man. I was in good health, man. My neck was my body was my neck was all right. I was on an intramural boxing team. I was in good health, man. You know, I didn't tear myself up in wrestling. I wasn't that dumb to tear my body up just to win. Okay, we wrestled safe, man. All of us did, because wrestling's a really hard sport, man. You can screw your body up real quick. And I'm not talking about professional wrestling. I'm talking about amateur, collegiate wrestling, freestyle, Greco-Roman. I was an athlete. How did my body get fucked up? It got fucked up in the boot camp. It got fucked up when I was in the FMF carrying a base plate and mortar on my neck and run around 100 pounds on my body, about 90 of it on my back. You don't think that fucks your neck up? We should all be getting some kind of disability rating coming out of boot camp. I'm not saying everybody, because there's people that made it all through the Marine Corps without having an injury, man. I've seen these guys coming out of the Marine Corps. I never got hurt in boot camp. Body was really, really it was resilient. But now when you're 65 years old, my knees are shot, my back is shot, my neck is shot. We should all get a disability rating, man. No, no, man. That'll take their paycheck. That'll take out of their paychecks, man. At the top, at the top. I'm talking about like the top third of the VA system. All the little administrators up there that do nothing but sit on their butt and rubber stamp stuff all day, or go to a meeting. Some of them just don't even go to work; they just play fucking golf. Huh. Guarantee it. They're just like corporate America. Like I said, I would love to organize something where all of us veterans, we get as many veterans. Dude, as soon as you start the ball rolling, I guarantee you'll have veterans coming out of the woodwork. Guaranteed, man. Especially the guys that are co-paying and the guys that got private insurance they're paying out the ass for private insurance when they got a free medical system that they signed a contract for. They signed a contract for that, man. I'll bring that up again. You signed a contract for that's contractual. Anyway, I'm gonna drop this subject right now, and I'm gonna get off here. And you know, sometimes I do wish I could get a live stream going that someone would pop into and start talking, but it's okay. I'm just one person. You know, I'm just one person with an opinion and a lot of facts that back up some of those opinions. Anyway, peace out. Simplify. I love you guys.